This is Gen Alpha characteristics in 6 or 7 minutes. Generation Alpha includes anyone born from 2010 onward, and they're the first generation fully born into the digital age. And they are surrounded by smartphones, tablets, and AI tools from day one. And today we're just going to be exploring what makes them unique. Alpha is the most digitally immersed generation ever. Technology isn't something that they adopt, it's really something that they just grew up with. So they use touchscreens before they can talk and navigate apps intuitively, just like learning things completely on their own. And because of this, they're extremely comfortable with using new technology and learn digital skills very early.
So in slide 3, we see that this generation communicates in a faster and more visual way. Instead of long texts and emails, they use video messages, social media platforms, and online gaming chats. Their friendships often develop in digital spaces, and they expect instant communication, quick replies, and constant updates. In this slide, we see that students learn from short videos, animations, and interactive visuals, and that's how Gen Alpha absorbs information. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and educational animation shape how they learn the best. They prefer fast, vivid content instead of long blocks of text, and it affects how teachers and marketers reach them.
Generation really has personalized everything. Gen Alpha expects personalization in almost every single part of life. Apps that recommend shows, playlists tailored to them, and algorithms that know what they like. They're growing up assuming everything can be completely customized, from learning platforms to entertainment, which really influences their expectations in school and beyond that. Generation takes in information very quickly. They just fast information processing with everything. They're used to quick summaries, short tutorials, and immediate explanations online. So because of this, they can switch between topics fast, but they also expect speed and responses from teachers, apps, and even people around them, just because they've been around fast responses for everything their whole life.
Gen Alpha is surrounded by constant streams of content. Their attention cycles tend to be shorter. They stay engaged best when their information is broken into shorter segments, interactive activities, and gamified formats. It's not like they can focus a long time on each task, and they prefer dynamic, fast-paced learning. Is incredibly independent when it comes to learning. When they're curious about something, they go straight to YouTube, TikTok, or AI to find the best answer. They're used to learning by themselves at their own pace and expect information to be accessible whenever they want it. This is usually seen on TikTok and ChatGPT nowadays.
Thing that Gen Alpha does, it's tech assisted. Whenever Gen Alpha has a question, their first instinct is you just ask technology. They often use Google, YouTube, and now more recently AI tools for everything. And this changes how they solve problems. They look for quick step-by-step solutions and often try digital approaches instead of asking for human help. Unlike previous generations, Gen Alpha doesn't just consume media, they also create it. So many learn how to edit videos, draw digitally, and make content from very young ages. Creative apps have given them tools to express themselves, and this builds confidence in making and sharing their own ideas online using these apps.
Is digitally social. Much of Gen Alpha's social life happens online. They build friendships through gaming platforms, group chats, and virtual communities. They're comfortable forming relationships with people that they've never met in person. And this also means digital citizenship and online safety are important topics for them. Alpha has a diverse and inclusive mindset. Growing up online exposes Gen Alpha to many cultures, identities, and experiences. This makes them more open-minded and aware of diversity from an early age. They're used to seeing representation in forms of shows, games, and creators, and they expect inclusivity to be in the norm in society. This usually happens on YouTube.
Schools, families, and media now focus more on emotional intelligence, and Gen Alpha benefits from that. Many are comfortable talking about feelings, stress, and mental health. They're also more aware of their emotions and how they affect others, which shapes how they interact socially with others. This generation lived through the COVID-19 pandemic through their very early childhood. So they have a strong awareness of health, hygiene, and safety. And they also grew up with conversations about digital safety like privacy, screen time, and online risks, making them cautious about both physical and digital environments. And they were just exposed to these like during COVID-19.
So Gen Alpha has a major influence on household purchases. Their preferences help decide things like streaming services, games, snacks, and vacation choices. Companies pay close attention to their trends because their opinions shape spending more than previous generations in their community and online. To stay engaged, Gen Alpha likes learning and entertainment that involves participation. They love games such as VR, AR, and hands-on activities. They expect to click, swipe, or explore, not just sit and listen. This interactivity keeps their attention and helps them learn more deeply.
So for Gen Alpha, technology in the classroom isn't really special. It's just normal. They're used to online assignments, digital textbooks, and hybrid learning environments. So schools are shifting to meet their needs by incorporating more technology tools, personalized platforms, and more flexible ways to learn using all those different platforms that they're more used to. Is that this generation is very aware of global issues like climate change, inequality, and technology's impact on jobs because they grew up seeing real-time news and discussions online. So that makes them socially conscious and eager to contribute to solutions as they grow older and look at what they could be doing in a future job field.
So Gen Alpha needs to be able to adapt and evolve really quickly because technology evolves really quickly, and the jobs available to them will likely be different from today's jobs due to AI and things like that. Skills like creativity, digital literacy, problem solving, and flexibility will matter more than memorizing information in the future. So what does Gen Alpha need from us? To thrive, Gen Alpha needs supportive adults who can offer structure, digital balance, emotional guidance, and opportunities to be creative. While they're incredibly capable with technology, they still benefit from real-world experiences, face-to-face interactions, and mentorship from older adults.